If you know you are not following the tweets, but I'm saying that Victor Akoji says, whoever wins in the presidential election should retain this man as Minister of Works. But address Yaya Bararaba Kefi before you leave Bega.
Yeah,
so, before you get to Yaya,
okay.
Address Lagos-Apapa
Expressway. Since I came in as Minister of Work, I mentioned to you that I visited the project because, like you rightly pointed, I'm a Lagosian. As I was in King's College, I was in Unilag. I worked in Lagos. I started work in Lagos.
I thought you were living in Victoria, and you were living in the rural area like us.
As far as living in the King's area, So, however, what we saw there was an eyesore, and we needed to move in. But the environmental pressure on our road, on this particular road at Papa Oshodi, you cannot imagine it. All the petroleum trucks, all the haulage trucks going to the ports and all that, they are virtually on this road. So the road was in a very bad shape. So we decided to intervene. But in intervening, we had no such form to just plow on the road to start from point zero to the end. So what we decided was to tackle the most deplorable part and now move to the next section. So thus far, we had about 3 sessions on that road where we awarded contract. Before I came in, one of the sessions was already awarded to Beroni Prono from kilometer 0 from the gate of the Papa Port up to kilometer 7, very close to Coconut Bus Stop, Coconut Bus Stop, not up to my 2. And they were also to build a new trailer park and a dedicated entrance into Tinker Port at the Liverpool roundabout. So, but however, what we saw quickly made us to award 2 other sections of the road to Julius Berger. The flooded part, which was really in deplorable condition, bus stop, somewhere after my 2, further down. If you go there today, these sections have been fully completed. The 2 sections we awarded have been fully completed. We are now trying to tackle the section that we inherited, that was awarded from kilometer 0 to 7. It was just a mere maintenance of the road rehabilitation. It wasn't for reconstruction. Whereas from 7 to Sonya, we completely reconstructed it. So we are now planning to reconstruct fully from kilometer 0 to 7 so that they will have the same character with kilometer 7 to Sonya bus stop. That is what we are doing. And from Sonya bus stop, we are now going to move backward towards the Akpakon area, Oshodi area. And once we finish that, we'll do the last stretch from Oshodi to the old toll gate. The airport road is a totally different road. There's a public-private partnership project that is just about to begin in the approach road to Murtala Mohammed Airport. That road is being expanded to about 8 lanes. The design has been finalized. The technical survey and soil investigation have been ongoing the past few weeks. The consortium that won the concession, China Harbour Engineering Company, they are ready to move to site. They have reached financial closure for the transaction, so they are funding it, and it's off government balance sheet.
Okay.
Then on the number one, the Abuja Cafe Road.
Yes, let me get the road. Yaya Bararaba Kefi Road.
Yes. In fact, there have been a lot of noise on that road, just because, a lot of Nigerians reside in that area, Kefi, Masaka, Mararaba, Karo, and they all commute to Abuja daily at the beginning, and when they close, the population is huge. When that road was dualized by the Federal Ministry of Work around year 2000, the population was not envisaged. So what we have done, only last month, we awarded a new contract in cooperation with China Exim Bank, who is providing most of the fund for the expansion of the road from Abuja to Kefi. So the Mararaba, Masaka, Karo, they will be catered for. We are now trying to expand it to an 8-lane dual carriageway. And beyond Kefi, we are continuing the dualization as a 4-lane dual carriageway from Kefi through Lafia to Makurdi, to Tukbo, to 9th Mile, and we'll connect it with the dual carriageway in the Nugu that is either going to Port Harcourt or on the other side to Onitsha. So that is the plan.
Okay.
And the contract has been signed.
Let's talk about development in the Northeast. and the Northwest. We know that the Northeast has been under an insurgency for some years now. Has that in any way also affected the road sector development plan for that sector?
No doubt it has affected it, but before I go into the details, the Northeast is the geopolitical zone that the federal government under President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is spending most of its money.
How so?
Because the project portfolio for the Northeast we have, which we inherited, is well in excess of 320 billion naira. And because the longest single highway we are dualizing to the Northeast, from Kano to Maiduguri, and that is a road that is traversing through, it's 518 kilometers.
Wow. From
Kano through Jigawa State, through Bauchi State, through Yobe State, up to Borno State. So you can see the number of states, and it's 580 kilometers. And that road is divided into 5 sections. The section 1 is virtually, they are at about 80% completion in section 1, from Kano through Wudi up to the Jigawa point. Then from Jigawa to Azare, where the second contractor is working, ROCC, the first section by Dantata and Sawo, and the third section by Modakad. Work is going on where it's at about 75% completion. The fourth session by CGC in Yobe State, they've managed to reach 58% completion. But the last session where CCECC is working up to Maiduguri, that is the worst hit by insurgency. Because of the insurgency in the Northeast, that road have not gone on the way we had envisaged it would go on. So we are appealing to the people of the Northeast, and I believe that very soon when the insurgency is put behind us, contractors can now ramp up their construction activities in that area, because Mr. President is committed to completing that particular dual carriageway project.
Can you restate this, if you said so? Mr. Minister, is it really true that one can drive from Aba to Maiduguri without any issues, or is it bare dreams?
That is how it's not just bedroom, we are trializing it already. We are trializing it. Because once the ongoing projects we are doing now, they are completed, you'll be able to drive like that. That is our goal. And we are just on the right track to realizing that goal.
There's one route that also is very significant when you talk of Nigeria, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. What is the state of that road? Is that the one that the World Bank is involved in, or is it the Ilesha end of it, Ilesha-Akure end of it that the World Bank is involved in?
Well, the World Bank is involved in the Akure-Ilesha road and the Makwa-Bida road, just like the Africa Development Bank was involved in the Nugu-Abakaliki, Ogoja, Ikom, and Ufam road. But the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is not under the purview of the World Bank. I had the privilege of inspecting work on the road 2 days ago, on Monday. That was why I was smiling. Work is going on well on that road. The first section, which is being handled by Julius Berger, is from Lagos itself to Shagamu Interchange. And the ROCC is handling from Shagamu Interchange all the way to Ibadan. The road is going well. In fact, federal government thus far has committed a lot of resources to that road, totaling about 25 billion naira, and this year we are committing another 25 billion naira, which will be the federal government total commitment to the project. The other one will come from private sector funds based on our collaboration with the private sector, as being anchored by the infrastructure bank. Because we knew we needed to be creative about funding road development in Nigeria. You can imagine if we were relying on budgetary allocation, that road would have been abandoned. But today that is not happening. The road is going on as planned. Ditto for the second Niger bridge. It is the same template we are using. The road is going on as planned. Ditto for the Abuja, Kefi, Makodo dualization I talked about just now. It's not wholly on the budget. So this project will go on as planned.
In other words, if capital budget has due to as low as 600 and something billion naira,
it will not affect the road. If you check our budget for 2015, you will see that our counterpart fund for this critical project were still protected in our budget, because we want these critical projects to go on.
Okay, let me see whether we still have... okay, you were talking about the Akure-Ilesha end. That's the one that has the World Bank component to it.
Yes.
But you know that that road is one stretch of a road, federal road, all the way from Lagos to Akure. It doesn't terminate there. I'm just reminding you because in between my people are also caught. From Akure, the next place we get to is Ikere. That's federal. To Ado. We go to Ifaki, to Yedu, to Omo, and then Kaba. Then it links Okene. Then comes up north. But we are aware. And that is why I mentioned to you, even the ones who have just listed now, there are some other alignments in the entire stretch of road we've just listed, beyond the section the World Bank is working on. We're also working on other sections. From Kaba, I told you from Kaba to Obajana, we are working on it. From Obajana to Omora or to Ilori, there are sections of it that have been marked for development this year. So, like I said, we have the whole picture. So, every intervention is put on board, the gaps are identified, and we are working out on how to fill those gaps. And government will continue to do that in collaboration with private sector and multilateral agencies like the World Bank, China Exim Bank, or even corporate persons. I just mentioned that Dangote Industry is handling a section of that road. So a lot of them are interacting with us, and very shortly Nigerians are just going to see a whole new lease of life in the road sector. To not be as if it's a government thing. No, because now many people are now knowing the connection between that and economic development. Look at bridges. I mean, there is no time, no government in Nigeria in the past 35 years has intervened in the development of bridges in this country than President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Beyond the second Niger Bridge and the local Weto Bridge, today we are building a new bridge in Ikom that will open up Calabar Port to the people of the Northeast. They need not go to Lagos to port their goods or clear their goods, because that is just waste of time and resources. What will be the limitation in Ikom right now is that the steel bridge there has height limitation. So the big haulage trucks are not able, the trailers are not able to pass through. So in the wisdom of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, he ordered that we must construct a new bridge in Ikom. And last year, the Federal Executive Council approved that. It has been awarded. They are mobilizing to site now, and that will be delivered in just about 18 months. So that will open up that economy. And again, the bridge to Bonny Island, we've also just awarded it last year to Julius Berger. For the first time, Bonny Island is now going to be accessed by road. Before now, when you get to Bodo, you have to enter the sea, or from Port Harcourt. You have to enter a boat, or a helicopter takes you there with all the risk. But now we are bridging the three channels on that road, the Alpha Creek, the Opobo Channel, and the Nanambe Creek. We are bridging all of them, and it's going to revolutionize that part of the country, because the islands are an economic island. All right, briefly, is the East-West road under your portfolio? If so, how do you ensure that this road does not become a recurring decimal? Many people who talk, the East-West road is being handled by Niger Delta Ministry just now, but it was started by the Ministry of Work, because it was in the venture of the Ministry of Work until late President Yar'Adua, in his wisdom, decided that it would be moved to the Ministry of Niger Delta when it was created. But a lot of people that talk about East-West road, they've never been to that road. I have driven on East-West road about 2 months ago, and it is amazing the level of work that has been accomplished on the East-West road. Even the gas people talk about, the gas is being closed rapidly, because the contractor decided to first of all concentrate on the hydraulic structures, the bridges, which they've completed. They completed about 13 bridges at the time, and they are just joining them. So the East-West road is going to be delivered by Mr. President. It is important for Nigerians to know that road infrastructure are not what you pick from the shelf. It needs a lot of lead time for planning, for financing. So I urge Nigerians to really understand what is going on, and to support President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, vote for him so that he'll be able to complete all these ongoing projects. Thank you, Honorable Minister. For the past 50 minutes or so, we've had in the studio an architect by profession, also by design as well, is the architect of the road revolution that is currently going on in Nigeria, Architect Mike Ozegbe. Onolememen, Honorable Minister of Works, has been our guest this Wednesday, and we are immensely grateful to him. Honorable Minister, thank you so very much. Well, that's been my pleasure. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Okay. Thank you too for investing your time with us through your tweets, your comments on our Facebook page as well. Keep investing your time with us. We'll be back same time tomorrow. My name is Benga Aruyeba. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Stay out of trouble, and I'll see you tomorrow.